What's going on? This video is my experience owning a E60 BMW. I spent most of this video trying to diagnose a few issues that I've had for a while, which include the 4x4 light as well as a rough idle. That's been the most annoying thing. That's caused my check engine light. Real quick, I did use the wrong settings while I was trying to record about half of the video, so bear with me there. Doesn't look the best. Make sure you wait till the end to see what I found out, what my conclusions are, and what my overall opinion is on owning a BMW, and maybe you can take that into consideration if you're looking to get one. As always, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy this. I've gotten a lot better at editing. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm making the most of my free time while I'm at school. I'm currently just sitting in an empty parking lot on my campus. Let me know if you got any feedback. I appreciate it. Let's get a little clip. I hope you enjoy. All right, so if you couldn't tell, we are currently in the Beamer, and this is huge. First off, this is apparently a Beamer specific tablet that I have borrowed. So I'm gonna try to go in and clear some codes and whatnot, figure some things out if I can, because there's like a couple mysteries. Oh, it does have this. I saw this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so as you can see, I have no idea what I'm doing. I used another scan tool on this car recently, but that was also quite a while ago at this point. I think before the summer even started. Cool. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording and try to figure some things out first. A bit of a reflection. I don't know what to do about it. Too lean, bank one. Yeah, so from what I understood before, I believe I might need an O2 sensor and then something related with the mass airflow sensor. I have previously replaced both of those. They might not have been the right one, or they could have gone bad again, because at least with the O2 sensor, it was a fairly cheap one. Yeah, I won't go through all the details. I will take a picture on my phone and then compare it, because this screen over here is apparently the BMW specific one. Yeah, so engine does not like to idle properly, and it has been running lean for probably about a year now. It seems like every sensor that has to do with the intake and exhaust is just clapped. Transmission, I want to look at this, if that's a transfer box. I believe that's actually the one I want to look at, because I have like a 4x4 light that's been on non-stop for a while now, and I have no idea why. Transfer box fault. I think this is what the shop that tried to inspect my car told me about. It just says transfer box fault, and there's no question mark, so I can't look for more details or anything. I can Google it, but so I'm not going to clear anything. I'm just going to back out of here, go to the other screen. I'll probably record that and then compare that stuff, and then I'll probably clear it using the Beamer specific one. Hey, is this 360? Oh, it is. Yeah, so car is currently running, and I'm using the Beamer coding thing. I've just been playing around with a couple things, and I figured I might as well just record it even if I'm not commentating, because like a bunch of things are popping up, but I'm kind of just pressing buttons and I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I haven't cleared any codes yet. There, I want to do this one again, because this like triggered off everything and then like reset it. Yeah, so now all the lights are off, but that one comes back on. It said it actually triggered like 101 times. Yeah, now it's gone off 104 times. So this is causing the light to turn on. It just says transfer case and special transmission malfunction, which is basically what the other thing said. At least now I have this so I can try to Google it. I have like the number for the code. So I'm sure it's gonna be like, oh, your transfer case is destroyed and you're gonna have to buy a new one. All right, so we got 5F3A, transfer case malfunction. That's one. Okay, let's go back, clear these ones. This one immediately popped back up. Yep, same mileage, just happened. 53FC is the code. That's now two codes. So now transmission, what do we got here? Go back, clear, no errors, transmission, read errors. Still no errors, so that one is gone. Now I want to double check. Okay, no errors still for transmission. Fuel pump, no errors, beautiful. Engine, now this should be the fun one. Are there going to be a bunch of errors? Oh boy, just a few. Okay, yeah, so this obviously is a lot. I think I'm going to go in and eat while the food's still warm. I'll catch you in a bit. I'll go through and do the same process of I'll look through all the codes, see what they say, clear them, and then if they come back, then I'll write them down and then do further research. All right, we're back again. Not 360 degrees this time. Start looking through these codes. Air mass system, mass or volume airflow too high. So it seems like too much air is getting in, which is causing it to run lean, which is probably why it has the rough idle and like it's just all screwed up everywhere. Okay, so this one doesn't even have a code. It's just the name air, like the whole intake system seems to be not working. Oxygen sensor 2, after cat. Circuit no activity. So it's completely not working? Okay, so it might be the wiring for my MAF sensor, the mass airflow sensor, because I have replaced the sensor itself. So I think the wiring honestly might just be like chewed up, or there might be corrosion in there, so it's making it not consistent, because it seemed very inconsistent before, which is why I was confused. Clear errors. No errors found. That is cap. Let's go back and read again. No errors found, cap! Yeah, my check engine light is off, but what it did before is I'd clear the check engine light, and then the idle stutters once, comes immediately right back on. Okay, there's one. Air mass system. So yeah, this is the first code. Let's refresh one more time, and there's two more now. Alternator missing? Wait, what do you mean alternator missing? Is it not charging the battery right now? Third one looks like O2 sensor 2. Yep, bank 2 sensor 2. Circuit no activity at all, so that sensor seems completely dead. Okay, so now I can clear every code that this car has, and then I'll go back through, look at which ones are still here. Extra, yep. Okay, I'm gonna write down these codes then, because maybe that can lead me to figuring out what it is, because I don't really know. Double check after it's run for a little bit and had a chance to update. Yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of just playing around, doing whatever. Probably don't need to record too much more. I got the code, so honestly I might cut it there and then keep playing around with this. What's up? Just messed with the filters a little bit to try to adjust for nighttime. I'm also only using the one camera. So let's review what I've been looking at. Oh, shoot, gotta grab my trusty, cheap, weird flashlight. Oh, is this gonna mess with everything? No, you can see pretty well. Okay, real quick, I got the car jacked up. Anywho, down here I was looking around. Yeah, first off, okay, there it is. Right there, that's the engine mount for the driver's side, and that top bolt is definitely loose. Also, looking at the engine mount on this side, that bolt looks good, that nut on the top looks good. And then we get to this side, and once again, that bolt looks not all the way on. I don't think I've actually covered this previously, so most of you shouldn't know. I am the one that messed with the engine mounts last. When I tried to change the oil pan gasket, because I had to raise up the engine to separate it from the subframe so I could lower the subframe so then I could give myself room to take off the front differential and then remove the axles that are tunneled through the middle of the oil pan.
No leaks.
Absolute ridiculous job. And I'm pretty sure after all of that, after spending an entire summer working on this car and not having my own car to drive around kind of thing, it still leaks from the oil pan. So that was basically all for nothing. An entire summer wasted. I just completely blanked because I saw the alternator over here. I had a shop replace this because this went bad on me while I was at school. I'm pretty sure it was on its way out as I was getting towards the end of the summer to actually take this to school again. Also, this strut, I believe, is completely blown. Apparently, it's still good enough to pass inspection, but I was told from a shop that did my alternator that these bolts weren't completely tightened down, so it sounds a little rattly, so I'm like, okay, I'll try to tighten them down, and they weren't loose, I wouldn't say, but they did move and tighten a little bit. Oh, also, a lot of my codes. This is my mass airflow sensor that I've replaced already, but those are the wires that like connect into the MAF sensor. And I'm trying to find where they go. I'm pretty sure it like plugs into either the bottom of the air intake here, the intake manifold, or like goes underneath the intake manifold, which would be a total pain, but maybe it would be easy if I just get the air box out and then that like little intake tube. That might be one of my major issues. Another one is, I believe how it works is bank 1 is the first 3 cylinders here. Anyway, the first O2 sensor, which is before the catalytic converter, is right here for bank 1, and then bank 2 would be the second 3. So after the cat, that's the cat right there, and that's the second O2 sensor, which I'm pretty sure I've already replaced that one. I think I've mentioned before, it, to my knowledge, was a cheap one rather than like OEM. If it's just the wires and the O2 sensor, then I'm down to replace those. It probably will be a couple $100, but I want to make like 100% sure that that's going to get my check engine light off so then I can get my inspection. But like, what's it going to matter? Because the summer, like, I have a month left to sell this car. And then if I don't sell it, I don't know what I'm going to do, because it can't sit here while I'm at school for the whole year. And I don't really want to drive it for the next year while more random things break. And then I either am out of a car, or I have to pay a shop hundreds to get it done, which I don't even really trust the shop over there, because I had one look at my sunroof. I wanted them to look at it, and then they decided, oh yeah, I'll just fix it, and then completely screwed it up, made it worse than it was to begin with. So I went back after it was clearly worse, and they're like, oh, that couldn't have been us, because the sunroof right here doesn't leak, or it doesn't drain in the back, it only drains in the front. So now that your rear footwells are filled with water, that couldn't have been us. That must be the rear glass, the rear windshield here. So went back a second time, and I'm like, yeah, so clearly this is worse, because these puddles weren't here. I've been drying them out, and now it's like filled with water again on both sides, which it was only a little bit on one side previously. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll take it in and you know, get it repaired. So they did that. They didn't charge me the second time around, which I didn't even want them to charge me or do the job in the first place. The first time around, I wanted them to do a visual inspection to see if they could tell me anything, I guess, or even give me like a quote or an estimate. What else? But oh my god, that whole thing that I was gonna do, I was gonna literally grab a screwdriver, and it looks like only a single screw is left holding on the little plastic flap that goes underneath the engine, which is basically like a skid plate. That's kind of what I've always called it. At least what's left of it, because there's a bigger portion that's supposed to go underneath like the transmission, but that ripped off the first winter that I had it. So I replaced it last summer, and then it ripped off again. My brand new one ripped off. And then I was like, yeah, how about I don't bother with this anymore? Because sure, it's going to protect it a little bit against salt and rust and whatnot, but it no longer seems worth it. I'm trying to use my light to try to make the video as good as possible, but yeah, these are all empty. It looks like it's just tucked underneath the bumper. And then, okay, yeah, right here. This looks like the single screw holding the entire thing in right now, because it's kind of just sagging down, so I definitely want to take it out. Yeah, look at that. Half a turn, and the whole thing comes down. Can you believe it? Oh, that kind of looks like oil gunked up that I believe I previously washed off, so that means it's like new, fresh oil. Here's my oil pan gasket, at least the front of it. Yeah, this is kind of why I haven't gotten under this car at all, because I plan to just immediately sell it and then get rid of it and not put any money or work into it. But now it's kind of like, well, if I put work into it and at least get the check engine light off, then I can probably get more money for it. If not get more money, then I can raise the odds that I sell it in the first place. So definitely looks like some fresh oil. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I wiped off that oil pan entirely. I'm not actually sure how well you can see. I'm hoping it's like kind of good. I think my water pump's down here, and that's probably why I'm getting a water pump code, because the wires are absolutely coated in oil here. Damn, everything is so screwed up under here. I'm like a terrible mechanic, guys. I just got fed up with it, and it rained like every other day, and I was working a full-time job, and I didn't want anything to do with this anymore. Yeah, but these are aluminum bolts, so they're one-time use that go into the oil pan. But as you can see, the subframe is underneath here, blocking the entire oil pan, which is like way back there. So I had to remove all this stuff. Oh, one more thing that I should catch on camera. The boot for the axle boot, it's completely torn up. I'm not sure what would have caused it or when it happened, but I didn't notice it until I went to get this inspected. And the guy didn't even tell me, because he wasn't gonna like fail me for it. But he's like, oh, I thought you already knew about that. No, I didn't. So everything under here probably needs to be touched up, replaced, or whatever, and it's all pretty expensive, and that's why I'd like to get rid of this car. Because it'd be a fun project car, but that's the thing. Even if I wanted to keep it as a project car, it's like, it's not a 3 Series BMW where there's like so much aftermarket support. It's a 5 Series, which nobody really cares for. Sure, I have the same engine that other popular Beamers have, but there's not much I can do with it unless I want to rebuild the entire thing and then put a turbo or two in it, which I don't want to do and I cannot afford. And if I were to do that, I'd rather have a rear-wheel drive 3 Series than a large, wide, long, heavy, all-wheel drive 5 Series that already has minimal maintenance throughout its lifetime from what I can understand. The transfer case, I was getting transfer case codes. I'm going to have to do that research on those codes and see what I can find. Definitely a bit of an oily mess again, but, no surprise. It's a BMW. That's literally what they're known for. And not because they're bad cars, they're high maintenance cars that people either don't maintain, what's the word? Not refuse, but like don't take seriously. Not take advantage of. Dude, I've realized this recently. I can't think of the proper words while talking, but like while I'm listening to someone else, the words come to me immediately. It's because I'm not, multitasking and having to worry about articulating my words and moving my tongue around to make the right noises. Anyway, yeah, people neglect. That's the word. See, I just gotta like take my brain off of it and then it comes to me immediately like snap. Yeah, so people neglect doing maintenance, and it's also expensive, and people don't do their own work because normally if they have a Beamer, it's kind of like their only car. Oh, I did. You know what? I wanted to test the side-to-side thing. I wonder if I just put the light down. That seems fine. And then the top and bottom seems fine. Yeah, because there's like a pretty noticeable rattle going over bumps, and I'm pretty sure it's from the strut not being good. I'll wrap it up here for now. That's going to be it for tonight at least. It's nice talking with you guys. I hope you enjoyed listening. Hopefully this video turned out good, because I'm only using one camera. I'm hoping that it was like, the correct camera facing the right way and that the quality is actually good. 4K, 60 FPS like the camera's supposed to do. I don't know. I'm figuring things out, but it's like exciting. I'm excited for the future. I got all this content and I'm, Anyway. Yeah. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. What up, guys? Today is July 29th. I didn't really know what to do today. I've kind of been sitting around because it's like supposed to rain and it was sprinkling a little bit. But I have a couple things that I remembered I wanted to do with the Beamer. Because initially I was thinking like, oh, it's a lost cause, yada yada, it's not worth putting money into because it might not even guarantee the check engine light comes off. I don't recall if I completely talked about that. First, we'll release pressure from this, hopefully without breaking my brand new cap. Come on. There it is. So the first thing I wanted to test, it's a simple thing that I've done before, and it's a way to test the water pump. I believe all I have to do is I'm supposed to hold my foot on the gas pedal for 10 seconds while the car's off. Maybe the key is supposed to be in it, or maybe it's happening and I just don't hear it. Or maybe it's broken and I'm cooked. Okay, I'll try with the key in it. I might have to look it up real quick. That definitely should have been 10 seconds. Alright, this beeping is ridiculous. That chime. Nothing yet, not a good sign. So yeah, I'll I'll look up how to do that. But the other thing I want to do is I can actually... Okay, I can actually check and test the O2 sensor and hopefully the MAF sensor as well, since those are the two things I'm 90% sure need to be replaced anyway, but still might not even guarantee that the check engine light comes off. Yeah, I'll figure out how to do the water pump thing, and if I'm doing it correctly and it's not working, then that's really confusing, because I have gotten a couple codes for the water pump, but my car's never overheated, and I've driven it enough where it should have probably overheated without a water pump. So I'll look it up real quick. Okay, I figured it out, and I'm pretty sure I heard it, but I don't see it doing anything, which is concerning, because that might mean that it might not be working. I'll set you guys up so you can hopefully see it, since I can't do both at the same time, but I'll try one more time. Hopefully my battery doesn't die. I don't know, guys, I'm not hearing anything.
Don't start the car. Press the gas.
I don't know. I'll shut it off and try again. I think I'll actually put this on, try to start the engine real quick. It's running. 4x4 lights back on. Shut it back off, so it doesn't warm up or nothing. Key out. So I'm supposed to put key in, do like the turny on thing. The heat's supposed to be on, so I have the heat on, and then 10 seconds. It's hard to hear because there's like birds chirping and other noises, but it kind of sounds like it's trying to do something. I can get under here and actually look at the water pump. Okay, that's odd. There's buzzing coming from the radiator, I guess? But this does not seem to be working, which is concerning. I don't know, man. I'll try it one more time to just hold the gas pedal. I'll probably try it for like 20 seconds or something. I don't know. That should be the 20 seconds. I might double check with another video. Yeah, I don't hear anything. I remember it was fairly loud before. Hopefully this should just relieve the pressure since it didn't run for too long. Okay, that's good. But yeah, it's supposed to be spraying like out of this return hose. Also, I think the buzzing has something to do with me having the heat on. I don't know. I'll try again and we'll see. Okay, here's what I found so far. So I couldn't figure out how to use the other like BMW specific tablet, and I saw a video on how to use this one. So this is bank 1 upstream, bank 1 downstream. They seem to be fine. This is bank 2 upstream, bank 2 downstream, and this is the one I'm getting a code for, which I can display a graph, but for those that don't know, it might not explain much, but basically I'll try to show a good one side by side. So these are the two downstream ones, and the top one's the bad one. So as you can see, I go on the throttle and it like at least moves. I couldn't really tell you what it means, but this one doesn't move at all. It might fluctuate by that 0.01 for whatever reason. Not sure why it does that, but I think that pretty much confirms that the O2 sensor is bad, which I pretty much already knew. And these three, so the two upstream and the one working downstream, all seem to fluctuate. I don't know if it's supposed to, I think these are supposed to represent each other because these are bank 1, so they mirror each other pretty well. And this is bank 2, which is probably struggling because it's not getting a response, so it doesn't know what to do. That's what I found so far. So I think that confirms what I was looking for the O2 sensor. I'd like to try to find the mass airflow. Hey, mass airflow. I don't know what the numbers are supposed to be. I don't remember what checking it off does, but show me a chart. And that corresponds pretty well with what I was doing with the pedal. Also, it has been idling so rough for the last, I don't know, probably 20 or more minutes that I've been sitting here with it plugged in, but now it's idling pretty much fine. The check engine light is also back on. When I clear the codes, the light doesn't come on for quite some time for whatever reason. But I'm kind of thinking I might just take the loss here and just try to get rid of the car so I don't have to look or worry about it at all anymore, and get some money and hopefully motivation to actually do other things, since I kind of have the mindset that summer's just about over. Yeah, I just want this thing gone, if I'm being honest. I don't want to worry about it. I don't really care if I lose money at this point, because getting any sort of money is better than what I currently have keeping this car right now, if that makes sense to you guys. Don't see anything else related to the MAF sensor. So that's about it. I couldn't figure out how to get the water pump to work properly using that little trick that it's supposed to have that has worked previously. So there might be another issue with the water pump, or maybe there's a way through here that I can manually try to engage it. But I don't know, guys. This thing's... I'd love to just take the entire thing apart and start from square one, but I don't have the money, I don't have the time, and the car is not worth doing it in the first place because it's an car. There's better cars out there is basically what I'm saying, so I don't think it's worth putting money into this one. So I might just take it off of the jack stands, list it for super cheap on Facebook, and hopefully get like a single response, since I haven't had anyone other than friends joking around reach out about it. But yeah, this thing's gotta go. Alright, I will catch up with you later.